Hi, this is Miss Pratt, and I am going to give you an overview of copyright and plagiarism. You should have already watched the happy birthday video, so that should give you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to talk about. And the whole next section, I want you to take notes. I want you to write down the parts that are in yellow. And the reason I'm asking you to do this is because we are going to have a quiz at the end of the lesson. And you can Google them all, but it'd be much easier if you just wrote down the key parts. So, first of all, the principle of copyright is a legal principle that is embedded in the US Constitution. And its whole point is that it protects someone's ideas, their art, science, inventions, and it is done, therefore, to promote people and encourage people to invent, to write, to discover. The founding fathers thought it was important enough to be in the Constitution. All right, so the way copyright works is that you own the copyright to any work you create. That's video, image, artwork, text, poetry, you name it. The moment of creation. So let's repeat that. Copyright attaches at the moment of creation. You don't have to register anything. So copyright rules were the length of time. It's not forever. It's your the creator's lifetime plus 50 to 70 years. So laws have changed over time, and so that's why it's a little bit variable. So copyright equals the author's lifetime plus 50 years. So that would be your children or your estate has the right to that. So think about Walt Disney died in the 1960s. So all of his creations are pretty much coming to the end of their copyright status. All right, there are, of course, are exceptions. So that's public domain. And so once those protections expire, then works can be used by anyone. It is entered into the public domain. So an example of like text is Shakespeare's plays or Edgar Allan Poe's poetry. Art would be Mona Lisa, which is why you see her image everywhere. Mozart, the music, you don't have to pay fees, royalty, or ask permission to use any of those works, to just read them, use them, or to write your own version of Shakespeare or Mozart or a variation of Mona Lisa. Another major exception is fair use, and this is where while a work is still under copyright protections, you can still use it. You can use it for reviews, so you want to give commentary on whether a movie is any good or not. In academic research, which is education, that's the blanket permission that we use at school or university. It can also be used for parody and satire, and it can be used for inspiration for original artwork. Like you can be inspired by someone else's work. So let me clarify a little bit here exactly what parody and satire is. So parody is a humorous exaggeration or imitation of something. So it's very comical. Satire is the use of that humor or exaggeration to expose and criticize people's stupidity, vices, political. It's very mockery and ridicule, but it's specifically aimed at criticizing something. So the end of this video right here, I'm leaving this as an enrichment. Here's a short video explaining satire and parody using the Colbert Report and Family Guy. So go ahead and go on to the next section of the Google form and the next step of the assignment.